8 degrees cooler in Baton Rouge right now. From New Roads to Hammond, 6 degrees cooler. Even Gonzales, where you're in the upper 70s, 5 degrees cooler than it was at this time yesterday. So that front certainly having some impact. Here's a live look at that Sky 9 camera shot again. Sun coming up. We had some clouds overhead. Those clouds starting to break a little bit. And if you look closely, you might be able to make out the flags here on the Port Allen Riverfront, kind of blowing downriver. Evidence of a northerly wind, which is ushering in that drier air. So temperatures today in the upper 80s to near 90 by noon, mid 90s for highs. It's still a little bit above normal, but humidity is going to be much lower and running below normal for mid-August, which gives us a break from the extreme heat. More evidence of that, today's forecast heat index numbers very close to the actual high temperature, going with a high of 96, a peak heat index around 97. So with that, no heat advisories, no excessive heat warnings today. Tomorrow shouldn't have any heat advisories or warnings. The heat index, again, not going to be too far from the actual air temperature. But Friday into the weekend, the heat index starts to rebound and climb. Near 110 by Friday, probably above 110 over the weekend. So this little break we're enjoying right now, it is going to be brief, mainly for today and tomorrow. Let's update you on the tropics. Here we are in mid-August, and right on cue, tropics starting to come to life. We've got a strong tropical wave that's emerged from Africa near the Cabo Verde Islands this morning. Another wave out ahead of it that's showing some signs of trying to slowly organize. There's a third feature ahead that only has a little bit of cloud cover with it right now, but could eventually be something to watch on down the line into the Gulf of Mexico. So we just got the updated tropical weather outlook from the National Hurricane Center. The two features out over the deep tropics, farther out in the Atlantic, getting their development odds bumped up a little bit. So the one that's near the Cabo Verde Islands now given a 40% chance of development as it moves generally off to the west and northwest. The one ahead of it bumped up to a 50% chance as it moves west to west-northwest in the coming days. But a lot of our focus obviously on this area highlighted in the Gulf of Mexico. A 20% chance of development listed there. The National Hurricane Center first posting this last night. Now, if something happens here, we're not talking about until early next week. So we're not talking about over the next several days. We're looking ahead a bit. So let me give you a look at that. We pick it up Sunday evening here on the GFS model. Tropical wave showing up in the Gulf, continues westward. This is now Monday evening. Some of that moisture showing up along the coast. A lot of it a little bit offshore according to the GFS. It does close off a little bit of a low by Tuesday morning and takes it into Texas. Keeps most of the rain a bit south of us. Contrast that with the European, which has a system tracking farther north. This is now Monday evening, and from Monday night into Tuesday kind of brings it right across South Louisiana. With that, at minimum, a bump up in our rain chances Monday into Tuesday. So it is something to watch. Conditions do look like they'll be somewhat favorable once this feature reaches the Gulf early next week. But right now, the feature that we're talking about isn't much. So what does it look like by the time it gets here? And then I showed you some of the uncertainty north and south on the track. So still early in the game, just an early heads up, something to watch. In the interim, today, tomorrow, we'll break in the humidity, but tomorrow we are back up around 100. And then we've got the triple-digit heat this weekend, but that comes with humidity rebounding, going higher again. So the nasty stuff is back this weekend, mainly dry into the weekend. Right now, I don't have rain chances all that high early next week. I'm kind of leaning towards that tropical system taking a little more of a southerly track, but again, we'll keep an eye on it, and with that, we've got plenty of triple digits right on through our 10-day outlook. All right, coming up on 7:08 now, checking on the roads. Here's Johnny H.
Thank you, Steve. Good morning, everybody. Still a little slow coming in from Denham Springs. Also, this popped up, but I haven't seen any backup associated with it. An I-10 crash on the westbound side near Highland Road. Here's the Denham Springs backup. Not getting any worse. In fact, getting a little bit better. It was backing up before Juban, and now it's just backing up about right before the Pete's Highway overpass. And then when you get to the Amy River Bridge, it thins out a little bit, all because of a wreck that they've now cleared. It was on the far left side of the interstate, right against the retaining wall on I-12 West at Range. And let's look at the I-10 at Highland. This is facing back toward Prairieville. So there's your westbound traffic coming in from the Ascension Parish area, and that's looking pretty good. Our drive in from AP this morning, only 19 minutes, and that's about right. 26 minutes coming in from Denham. That's Juban all the way to the 1012. Slow speeds in the upper 20 mph coming in that area, and a little bit slower than our 3 or 4 minutes, about 5 or 6 minutes from the 1012 to the downtown area. 708, 74 degrees here in the capital city. We do it every weekday morning at 7 o'clock. We kind of recapsule the morning headlines, the top stories we were following all morning long on WAFB's 9 News this morning, and we do it in a briefer format, and we do it from Studio B with Matt Williams and Liz Coate.
Johnny, thank you. And of course, every day we've been following up on the latest out of Maui. The wildfire now claiming the death of 106 people.
That's the very latest update from the governor there, and everybody. There are crews on the ground, first responders on the ground, helping the victims try to figure out what is that next step. Yeah. And when you talk about something of this magnitude, that can be difficult to wrap your head around. What is that next step? How can you help? We want to make sure that you know there is a way to do that. Yeah. Our parent company teaming up with the Salvation Army.
For Hope for Hawaii. It's a donation drive where it's easy. All you have to do is pull out your phone, text Fire Relief, F-I-R-E Relief, no space here, right? All one word to 51555, or you can go to our website, scan this QR code. That's going to take you to a website to make an easy monetary donation. That money is going to provide food, shelter, hygiene items, whatever those victims need right now. It's a big deal. It's
a huge deal, and these are relief efforts. People on the ground already, not still having to figure out how to get there. People on the ground right now. Let's get you back into South Louisiana and a guilty verdict in a case that goes back to 2015.
Yeah, Amit Gassemi now being charged officially and sentenced. We're finding out here September 19th is going to be his official sentencing date. We're going to find out exactly how long he may be going away for, but his son providing that emotional testimony last Friday and then again tomorrow saying justice has been served.
Yeah, that murder for hire plot, and they found him guilty of hiring 3 other people, paying $10,000. Hiring 3 other people to kill his ex-wife and his son and then get rid of the bodies. But that guilty verdict, to Liz's point, sentencing still to happen. That's coming up in September. Some heartbreaking news. Actually, we were at this very place yesterday. We were telling you about 2 missing men in our area, both found dead.
Let's start with a man missing out of New Iberia, 54-year-old DJ Jazzy Jeff, also known as Jeffrey Leon. Well, he was found along I-10. The West Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office letting us know that they were called out to investigate a crash along I-10 there. Or I-10, and then they happened to find him. The vehicle matched the description of Jeffrey here, so that's when they let us know that he was passed. No foul play suspected in his death.
No foul play suspected here either, but it's again very heartbreaking when you learn that this is Randy Klein, had been missing out of Albany for a short time. Investigators hopeful to find him alive. Found him, but not alive.
In East Feliciana Parish. That's where their sheriff's deputy said they actually found him in the kind of a backwoods field here. No foul play suspected, but awful news update to pass along. 24 hours we were asking folks to look for them, to be on the lookout.
All right, let's get you back over here into Baton Rouge as well. The mayor announcing a road rehab strategy for EBR. And if you travel down specific roads, you know a lot of them need a whole lot of rehab.
So exactly what is going to be done to rehab them? We're going to figure out that 2-pronged strategy later today. This afternoon, she's set to officially release that plan. Remember, that plan is just a proposal. It still needs to be approved by the EBR Metro Council, which would come at a later date. Today, just officially being introduced and explained.
It'd be nice to see kind of what the game plan could be. What's your game plan? How about maybe a new career path here? Does it involve perhaps something in the industrial corridor, which is huge down here? You can get some big-time training.
For free. That's the key word. If you're thinking about trying to figure out a new career opportunity without having to pay for training, tonight is a great opportunity to go check out what your options are. Now, tonight's meeting to figure out how to get involved with the training, also free, but you have to register. We have the link in this story. Our digital team has put this together for you. Click here for more information. If you click that, register for tonight, show up, and then figure out how you can start earning some good money.
Could be a big-time part of it. All right, this is going to be a big-time event, to say the least. Special school board meeting was packed. They got another meeting tomorrow in East Baton Rouge Parish. This is going to be well attended. It's all about transportation issues.
We've been seeing issues since the start of school here now, almost a week into school for EBR, and we're still seeing a lot of problems, still hearing from a lot of you. So tomorrow, Dr. Cito Narcisse and the EBR school board set to present some options for some kind of solution here to figure out how to get kids to school and how to do it safely. We're going to be at that regular scheduled board meeting tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
I showed you this.
We'll let you know.
I showed you my text message
Matt
from my daughter.
problems with his kids this morning.
Yeah, my younger daughter texted me this morning, hey, bus broke down. So mom's taking me to school. That delays mom. Got to get another kid to school. I'm going to have to pick up. And that is a story repeated hundreds of times.
Right.
No, all over the place. You know what we need? More people like this, volunteers in public schools.
In fact, they're the reason to thank for seeing an incremental increase in some proficiency standards across the state. VIPS, Volunteers in Schools, great organization, and they rely on volunteers. 1 hour a week is all it takes.
Yeah, minimum.
Putting the call out for you to join. Callie's got that information for you on the 9 News app, ready and waiting for anyone coming in.
Hey, we got to talk to Jacques Doucet this morning, guys. A great cause. He's been doing this for so many years. We know what it benefits. Always good to have Jacques in studio.
It was fun, yeah. He was. He's such a great guy and such a patriotic guy. Does so much for our vets.
Yeah, it's amazing what he's done for this event. I know he said, you know, they're looking at maybe clearing $70,000 that goes to all the different charities. So hats off to Jacques for what he does.
No question. Hey, Matt, did you say your daughter's bus broke down this morning?
Yeah, she had problems last week like so many, but yeah, texted me this morning saying it broke down, didn't pick anybody up. So, and look, that's the case for, this ain't just me, and so, but, or our kids, it's the case for a lot of folks. So we'll stay on top of it for everybody, and we'll see you again in about 10 minutes.
Get yourself summer ready with the award-winning lineup of Hondas at Team Honda. We'll help you find just the right vehicle to hit the road to whatever destination awaits you. Come shop the most awarded brand in Car and Driver's 10 Best history at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Siegen Lane.